we've put Baileys. Which of the brands is it sort of most similar to, in your view?
Thornton's. Thornton's or Lily O'Brien's, because again, I've not had them very often because I only discovered them last year at Christmas. But again, they're sort of based on dessert, so I think they're more from the Baileys chocolate box that I tried for the first time. That reminded me a bit of Lily O'Brien's as well. But yeah, I agree with what was just said. Thornton's too.
Okay. Okay. This group on the right, I think we called it Annoying Uncle, and there was liqueur that was mentioned by a couple of the guys. Sorry, I've really spelled that wrong in a rush. But what about that group? What do you associate with them?
I think it's special occasions.
Okay. Yeah.
Festive.
I always associate, Christmas time is when my family used to buy those. Like they're a little bit old fashioned, a little bit dated now.
Mm-hmm.
Disappointment.
Yeah, we said seasonal as well, didn't we? Let's put that in, sort of Christmas, talked about festive. Disappointment, okay. So they're not grabbing us, we're not, doesn't sound too positive about that group.
No.
And then we've got the Monty Bojangles, which a couple of you were familiar with, but a couple of you weren't, I know. Just thinking about Baileys again, why does it not fit in that group on the left, that standards and staples? What puts it in that group in the middle?
Well, it's not a chocolate on its own, is it? It has a Baileys content in it.
Okay,
it's its name, isn't it?
It's much more of an adult chocolate as well.
Yeah,
that's true.
And obviously price, it's priced at a certain sort of level to be in the premium gang, as it were.
Mm-hmm. But do people not think that at one time Toblerone would have been in that group, because you could have only bought at one time, you could only buy that when you travelled at the airport.
Yeah, duty free.
Yeah.
So it was considered,
it wasn't, and then
free.
It slipped into like the supermarket, pound shop, sort of any shop brand, where you can buy it anywhere.
But I still feel quite excited when I see one. I'm like, oh, it's a Toblerone. I've not got over the newness of it, even though it's been like 20 years or whatever.
Yeah.
Are these all for the same, these brands in the middle, are they all for the same kind of occasion? Are they all for this savouring treat?
Yeah.
That you talked about earlier. And are they for sharing? Or are they just for yourself?
Depends. I mean, like, seriously, we've got kids. What are you asking us? It depends on if they've cleaned the kitchen, if they've done the Hoover, if they've actually put their skanky clothes in the washing machine. I mean, it depends. You can't be saying it all the time. No.
Okay, so we've got this group on the right, the liqueur, the seasonal, the annoying uncle. Why doesn't, so we talked a bit about sort of Baileys, the liqueur aspect of it. Why is it in that middle group and not on the right?
It's nicer.
Yeah, it's a known quality brand.
So.
The actual contents within the liqueurs are all Baileys, whereas with the famous names, some might be whiskey, brandy. They're not going to appeal to everybody. And if you know that, you wouldn't buy them. But if you like Baileys, you would buy Baileys, and most people do. So you'd probably buy it as a gift as well.
Is Baileys more premium to Baileys chocolates?
Yes.
Yeah. I mean,
so.
without sort of being, sort of snobbish, as I said, I've never come across the boxes before. I'd only ever had the little mini treats, but to me, they're sort of, a bit posh. Whereas, and also if you buy them as a gift, it's like, ooh, Baileys. It's that sort of, well, in my opinion, it's that sort of perception. Whereas, and I think I'm now remembering what these famous names are. I didn't know them at first, but are they those really nasty liqueur type things that you get? Right, got it.
Yes,
yeah. Again, I think they come to mind.
The Baileys that we received, though, correct me if I'm wrong, didn't have any alcohol in it. Whereas the famous names and stuff, it does contain alcohol.
But it does have an alcohol.
They did. Yeah, they did have alcohol.
They do, yeah.
They do, okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
There is I'm looking at my box, and I didn't get any strawberry Baileys in mine.
I think people got different different.
I'm